Electric cars. They're still quite a hot topic in the world of automobiles, and people are still wading in with their opinions about them, and they're still some of the most divisive cars in the car industry right now, no matter who makes them. And if there's one thing about electric cars that enthusiasts hate, it's the complete lack of an engine sound. A lot of enthusiasts argue that electric cars have no soul because they don't produce any sounds from an internal combustion engine, and any attempts for synthesized sound, like with the Fiat Abarth, the upcoming Dodge Charger Daytona, or the new Hyundai Ioniq 5, enthusiasts just throw and hurl a bunch of abuse at it, calling it a stupid feature, a useless feature, or even gay. I still don't understand the last one, but anyway. Today I have a little bit of an interesting topic of conversation, and that's what can be done to make electric cars sound more exciting. And for that, we turn to the Crew Motorfest. Now, it's been a little while since I've spoken about a racing game on Core Motive, so I'm just going to give you the little slight lowdown. Basically, you probably are in the loop if you follow with racing games and what's going on with racing games, but the Crew Motorfest is the third in the franchise. It's the upcoming release from Ivory Tower. It's coming out this September, I believe. I'm not exactly sure which one. It takes place on the island of Oahu in Hawaii. I apologize if I pronounced that incorrectly. And it's yet another festival racer in the vein of Forza Horizon. Boo-hoo! Anyway, I'm not here to argue what video game developers should and shouldn't make. I was watching a few videos about the Crew Motorfest the other day. Side note, I got accepted into the beta, but I had no device to play it on, which was a complete pain in the ass. But anyway, I was watching some videos on the Crew Motorfest closed beta, and I found this video of somebody driving the Lotus Evija, because the Lotus Evija is available in the Crew Motorfest, and it's one of the bonus unlockable cars for completing one of the playlists in the game, which is basically the progression structure in the game. You play through a bunch of playlists with their own unique events and themes, and for some of them, you unlock a car in the end. You can unlock a Ford Bronco, there's the Porsche 911 Carrera 4S, and the AC Cobra, and one of them is the Lotus Evija as well. And basically, what the developers at Ivory Tower have done, for those of you who don't know, I believe the Crew has always used synthesized engine sounds. What that means is the sounds are not captured from a real car, a real exhaust pipe, or a real engine. They are synthesized, they're made electronically. And some of them have been quite a bit of a failure, but some of them have turned out pretty good, and they're improving them more and more, and I heard some of the sounds in the Crew Motorfest. The S2000 sounds sweet, but you know, they made it work, and they sound a lot better than Forza Horizon. I promise this is not a video to hate on Forza Horizon, although that's something I'm considering too, but you know, synthesized engine sounds in the Crew. That's my main point here. And I was watching videos of somebody driving the Lotus Evija, and that's when I heard the engine sound of that car in the Crew Motorfest. Excuse me, I meant to say motor sound because it doesn't have an engine. At least that's what they want you to believe. I have a terrible way of phrasing this because I don't script these videos, but bear with me. So, this is what the Lotus Evija sounds like in real life, as seen on the Goodwood Festival of Speed. And this is what the Evija sounds like in the Crew Motorfest. Did you hear that? Let's listen to a little bit of a side-by-side. I'll even add the little speaker on the screen so you know where the audio's coming from. You see? Now, I'm not sure what drove the developers to make this decision. I'm glad that they did, because it sounds really cool and exciting, but I think it's the fact that when it came time to develop the sounds for the Lotus Evija in real life, they took inspiration from Lotus's first Formula 1 car, which I forgot the name of. I'll put it up on the screen. But basically, they're taking liberties in sound design, the developers of the Crew Motorfest, and they're making the car sound electric, but also exciting, mimicking an internal combustion engine, so to say. And this is exactly what should be done with real electric cars. Sounds like the Lotus Evija that have a little hint of the internal combustion engine sound in them, but also they make it very clear that it's an electric car by sounding futuristic and like a jet taking off, or whatever you might want to call that. And what really confuses me about the sounds of electric cars is that we've had this technology to make convincing engine sounds in racing games for, 20 years. I believe Need for Speed Underground 2 pioneered real engine sounds in racing games. It was one of the first to have proper real engine sounds captured from real cars. So we've had this technology for 2 decades, and none of these automakers have thought to use it in an actual car. The rev progression and how the car sounds, capturing the real engine sound to immerse you more in the experience, but I think that this type of fusion with a real engine sound and a little bit of futuristic whooshing and whining and stuff would make a lot of sense for an electric car. And also, from what I've seen in the comments section for videos of the Lotus Evija in the Crew Motorfest, people actually really dig the sound of it, which also confuses me because if the real Lotus Evija sounded like that, I don't know if it would have had the same response from the public. But in my opinion, this is a really interesting way to jazz up electric cars and give them a little bit more soul. I will admit, having driven some electric cars, that the lack of an engine sound and the lack of vibrations is a little different. I wouldn't necessarily call it soulless, but it is a little bit more soulless when compared to a car with an internal combustion engine, especially a powerful car with a multitude of cylinders and a nice sound. So honestly, if you're asking me, the best way to give electric cars more soul is to give them a little bit of a more unique engine sound like this one on the Lotus Evija in the Crew Motorfest. And I think that more and more performance electric cars, as the years advance, we're going to see a whole lot more electric performance cars. We're already hearing about a lot of them, like the Fisker Ronin that was just announced. I don't know if that's going into production, but you know, my point is a lot more electric supercars in the future. And even Ferrari and Lamborghini, they can't just make internal combustion engine cars forever. They're going to join the EV space very soon. And this type of unique combo anime crossover engine sound, I think, will be the perfect antidote to all the haters. And that's going to be about it for this quick little video, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked it, be sure to hit like and subscribe to the channel. Also follow me on Twitter. There will be a link in the description, and I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.